stores, we do everything about wholesale internet price, so the cost is pretty low to the customer. But I would say to get a good basic package of just general stuff to support, basic needs, you could I mean, about $100, and that'll cover like a protein to maintain, help repair, build muscle tissue, which ultimately dictates your metabolic rate. Things like glutamine to reduce that soreness, cut recovery time in half, fish oils and vitamins. You can get all of that put together for $100 easily.
That's what they call like a stack, right? You get a
Yeah, that's
stack.
what we call a core four.
Hmm.
You get your fish oils. Your healthy fats have over 2,000 physiological functions in your body: digestion, metabolism, hair, skin, nails, joints. Glutamine again for recovery. Protein is really the building blocks for your muscle, which will keep your metabolic rate a lot higher.
Right.
And vitamins, it's a really the easiest way I can break them down to people is those are the micronutrients that are really putting the macronutrients to work in your body. But
Explain macros. I don't think a lot of people understand what that is.
so your macronutrients are your three necessary, nutrients you need for survival, and that's going to be proteins, carbohydrates, and good healthy fats. And your micronutrients are all those little things, your B vitamins, A vitamins, all your minerals, and those kinds of stuff help to break stuff down and put them all to work in your body.
Hmm.
Best way to help with that probably use the example of a B vitamin. You could take B12 all day long. If you don't have good carbohydrates in your body, it's got no fuel to pull from. It's not going to do anything for you.
So definitely a balance between everything. What about you talk about protein. There's so many different types of proteins
Mm-hmm.
out there. There's
Mm-hmm.
whey, there's isolate, there's blends. I mean, and not only that, there's the different brands. How does someone decide like what
Right.
brand am I going to stick with?
Brand, I don't really get too much into brand loyalty. I tell people to really look at the ingredient list and really break it
Smart.
down,
Hmm.
and that's what's ultimately to dictate a good one from a bad one. You do get your single source whey protein. Whey isolate's great, best amino acid structure, most biologically available to your body. Downsides, if you're doing something like a straight whey as a meal replacement, probably not a good idea. You're only feeding your muscle for 30 minutes or so. And that's where those time release, those blends come in that you
Yeah.
talk to. Those are probably the most versatile, the most um, probably the best one for the general public to use because you're getting a mix of fast absorbing whey protein. You're also getting slower assimilating casein and egg, which kind of feed your muscle over multiple hours. And in those ones you can uptake more protein. It's more nutrient, amino dense. And it just kind of feeds your muscle for multiple hours. And you can do it at night, in between meals, after workout, anything really.
It's a multi-purpose.
Yeah,
Also,
those are probably a safe bet for most people.
The last couple of years, we've seen kind of the evolution of if it fits your macros. I know you
Mm-hmm.
talked about macros a
Huge.
little bit. Huge, where, talk about that a little bit, where, my conception of it at the beginning was
Mm-hmm.
somehow people get to throw in donuts and cakes, and as long as it fits their macros,
Right.
they're okay. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, so now, so in regards to say just a carbohydrate, that's probably that's the biggest one that most people focus on. That's the one we like. It gives us the pleasure. It feeds those things in the brain. Your body, it's all breaking it down into sugar. It's not going to know the difference of what kind of carbohydrates you're breaking. So as far as body composition is concerned, no, it doesn't matter. You really could, as long as it fits in your macros, your body's still going to look the same. Now, how you feel and how you perform, that's going to be a whole different issue. How I'm going to perform off of some oats and some brown rice versus how I'm going to perform off a donut. It's going to be a lot different. The donut's going to absorb quickly, but if I eat right, get those proper carbohydrates in, several hours beforehand, I'm going to perform a whole lot better. I'm probably going to yield better results. I'm working out more efficiently. Those nutrients are working better in my body.
So do you not subscribe to that method of if it fits your macros, or?
Yeah, I still get in like my Fitzy cookies and Fitzy bars and that kind of stuff.
But
Try to.
it's a good
cheat
way of,
thing.
it's a good way, I think, of people being able to still put those in there every once in
Yeah.
a while. Obviously not on a daily
It is.
basis.
It
but-
helps you kind of keep your sanity a little bit too. If you're going through it every single day, just low carb, low carb, low carb, just same kind of stuff, it gets boring. No one wants to live that way. So
No, we don't.
if you can kind of work it in every now and again, you're on a good track for 3-4 days or so. I wouldn't say maybe a cheat day maybe a little small cheat meal. I like to time mine. You know, if I work out early in the morning, I'm probably going to eat it at nighttime. You know, I'm going to let those kind of stuff kind of settle in.
You lost me at not a cheat day, man.
Some people do it that way. They'll divvy it up. You know, they're like, all right, cool. I get this, and this throughout the day. You know, I'm going to eat one here, and there.
Well, you talk about eating it at night, knowing that you're going to work out in the morning. I think one of the myths or misconceptions too is you're not supposed to eat late at night because it just sits in your stomach and you just lay there. But that's not the case.
It's not. You know, it's general laws of thermodynamics. Your body's going to utilize calories over a 24-hour period. That's kind of how we look at it. And a lot of it is timing and what your goals are. If you're training for something performance and you're trying to grow, build muscle, and that kind of stuff, you can go ahead and eat those at nighttime if you're going to wake up early and work out. Then you have the fuel to perform at a higher level versus going in depleted, not getting the most out of every single set, you know, not fully breaking down the muscle. You know, it's I don't know, you know, it helps to eat them at night.
And then give us those 5 must-take supplements for 2016, something that people need to rally around.
4 of them that I touched on already, you know, the glutamine, the protein, the fish oils, and the vitamins. I'd say the 5th one for most, probably an amino acid. It's for me, it's all about muscle preservation. Amino is going to help you preserve muscle. Glutamine and protein help it repair, which is ultimately going to keep your metabolism up. Notice I left out pre-workout and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, why does everybody skip over like the glutamine, fish oil, vitamins, and then just go straight to...
They want the fancy stuff. Everything you're seeing in the magazine, you know, the pre-workout that's got, you know, Mr. O looking like this, you know, and it's really, if you don't have the foundation, a good nutritional foundation with the food and then the supplements to supplement that diet, you're really not going to get anywhere anytime soon.
And I think that people need to understand that those that are promoting those type of products, those are probably not the products that they're taking to look like that in the first place. Is that fair to say?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Or they're not walking around looking like that 24/7. That's typically right after a show, for the most part, unless they're a professional fitness model. It's right after a show of some sort where they're at their peak.
True. Don't always believe what you see on the social media pictures. A lot of that stuff
I'm one of the few that actually walks around.
He's not lying, man. I see him walk by the shop every day. You know, Oscar's always looking shredded.
Don't let the cheeks fool you.
Yeah. Just his cheeks got fat, nothing else.
It's the Oscars and cheeks, man. We got to keep our face warm.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, before we get out of here, Michelle, give us you have a new website, but
Fitzyfoods.com. That's FIT, like fitness, and then at the end ZEE, like zebra, Edward.
Yeah, okay.
We got
the ZEE. Thank you.
Thank
you. Ryan, where are you guys located? And give us a couple of locations throughout the city.
We're downtown San Diego, 650 First Avenue, right across from the Ralphs and the Horton Plaza Mall. Also, our other location over in Point Loma, on Midway, next to the 24-Hour Fitness. And I think there's like 4 more other ones kind of scattered about San Diego, Chula Vista.